there, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Nintendo type videos that I do every once in a while over here. I know that most of the time it's just Fire Emblem Heroes stuff. But every once in a while I like to throw in some Nintendo type content. And with E3 right around the corner, I figured it would be kind of the perfect time to do the obligatory E3 hopes, wishes, predictions type of video for myself. And we actually talked a little bit more about this on the podcast episode 90 of KantoCast, I believe it was. But I mean, I figured, hey, I don't think those two communities cross paths very often, so let's throw up a video. And since Yellow and I are probably going to be away this weekend, celebrating 5 semi-blissful years of marriage, I wanted to make a video for you guys since I probably won't be able to cover like data mine stats and stuff for heroes that are coming up. But either way, I mean, there's a lot to kind of unpack here because Nintendo is going to be doing some big E3 stuff this year, I feel like. And there won't be any like fancy graphics. This is pretty much just me talking to you guys, so if you want to tab out, feel free to do so. But I figured we'd just do kind of like a vlog, hopes and dreams for Nintendo E3 this year. So let's go ahead and start with the obvious. And before I forget, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. This video is more or less a place for you guys to talk about E3 hopes and wishes and whatnot, because I realized we didn't really have a place for that on this channel. so let's do that. So let's go ahead and start with the obvious stuff first, right? Smash Bros. 5. Or Smash Bros. On Switch, whatever you want to call it. We had a teaser in the last Nintendo Direct for it, and Breath of the Wild outfit for Link just made everything so much better for me. I'm way excited. Actually, I have the Nendroid up there. I don't know if you can see that, but I just got it from Australia, mate. Sorry, and like I'm so jazzed about that. I am genuinely so happy about that. But either way, they're having an invitational, and so I think it would be kind of stupid if they weren't going to focus on Smash as like their mainstay for E3 in general. I know last year that Super Mario Odyssey was like the main focus of Nintendo's E3 presentation, and so I feel like Smash has a pretty strong presence for that for it to be that this year. And on top of that, I feel like we're going to get some kind of, like, the Invitational, I feel as though is going to be some kind of limited demo version of Smash Bros. 5, and that's what we're going to be witnessing. So I'm very excited about it. Kind of like what they did for Mario Tennis Aces that just wrapped up this past weekend. The other obvious thing I think that we're likely going to see is some Splatoon 2 Octo expansion stuff. The DLC pack that's coming out, I believe, in like late to mid-July, somewhere around there. They have the Splatoon 2 World Championship Finals that are taking place on, I want to say, the 12th. So, it would be crazy if they didn't kind of show that off as well. And not to harbor a point, but Mario Tennis Aces, that game is amazing. If they don't show me more Mario Tennis Aces, I am going to be so upset. For those of you who made it out to the live stream this past weekend when the demo tournament thing was live, we streamed it for a bit, we played it. I love this game. It feels so, it's so addicting. And the salt is so strong at times, but there's also a great sense of gratification when you finally break through like a tie break or something. I played in the USTA, and then also I played in high school, so I've been playing tennis for like a long time. I haven't in a very long while, but I actually got my tennis bag out the other day, and I was like, oh, let's try and play tennis. Yeah, so I love tennis. I love this game. I love the look and the feel. I'm excited for like all the different modes that you have access to in the full game, and I cannot wait for that bad boy to pop on the 22nd. You can bet I have that pre-ordered already. So Mario Tennis Aces, given that it's debuting like literally a week after E3 wraps, I feel like we're gonna see a lot of that. And again, another piece of DLC that I think we're going to see is Xenoblade 2. We've had a couple updates with the expansion pack so far, but there's a big story part. There's a big story DLC that we haven't had yet, and I feel like they might touch on that a little bit, or at least mention it, because I believe Nintendo has said, as of this recording at least, they're going to have a pre-recorded presentation, like an E3 Direct, if you will, for that. So I feel like they're at least going to briefly mention it. I'd be a little sad if they didn't. I have been avoiding spoilers too, by the way. I don't know what's happening with the story DLC, but I'm very excited about it. Pokemon Let's Go. Pikachu and Eevee. That is definitely going to happen, right? They just had this Pokemon press conference like a couple days ago, and was it like a week at this point? I don't even know. They're gonna have to talk about it. Like it's presumably it's the only Pokemon Switch title aside from like Quest, but I don't really count that as a Switch title. That's a mobile game that's available on Switch. This is going to be their only Pokemon title. It's the launch title, basically, for Pokemon on the Switch. Again, aside from Quest, but again, I don't count Quest. So I feel like they have to talk about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I'm interested to see more of that game. I haven't really been following along or paying that much attention, to be honest. But either way, I'm excited to see what potential it has, and you know, hopefully that paves a strong road ahead for the core series title that's coming in 2019 that will almost inevitably offer us up Gen 8 on the Nintendo Switch. And then of course another obvious pick because it's coming out so soon, and coupled with the fact that Square Enix is doing their own presentation at E3 this year, is Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler has been in development for like a year now, I want to say, or something along those lines. We had the demo, we did playtesting, there was betas. We've learned more about it. They've decided to actually keep the name Octopath Traveler when originally it was just called Project Octopath. There's so much about this game, and it looks amazing and it's beautiful. And the more I've heard about it, the more I am led to believe that it is pretty difficult. Like, it can be very punishing in terms of, like, an RPG gameplay style. So I am super pumped for that because I haven't had an RPG challenge me in quite some time. And the way that each character kind of advances uniquely through the story and the stories are intertwined, that's really cool. And I'm excited to see a lot more of that. So hopefully, given that it's coming out so soon, we're going to see at least something related to Octopath Traveler. I have the special edition pre-ordered already with like the pop-out book and everything. So fingers crossed. They showed off like some special edition pre-order stuff at E3 last year for certain things. Maybe I'll get a look at that and see what's coming my way. I'm very excited. So those are kind of the things that I feel like would be a little obvious for Nintendo to kind of showcase. Here's what I think is likely that they'll talk about. And right off the bat, Nintendo Switch Online, which is launching, I want to say like mid-October. It's coming this fall regardless. Nintendo Switch Online is an obvious thing for them to talk about. I don't know why they wouldn't. They're focusing on 3 big titles, that being Splatoon, Smash 5, Mario Tennis Aces, all of which have online presence, like pretty fervently online presence. So I think it would just be so dumb if they didn't give us like a little more detail or like show us like, or at least demo like some stuff that like, I don't know. They have to talk about it. They have to talk about it. And I'm really hoping that servers are more stable once they get their actual online program up and running, because so far everything has been free, and we can't complain when things are free. You know, no matter how many Splatfest servers, you know, die in a tire fire, it doesn't matter because it's free and we're not paying for that. So I think, you know, $20-$30, depending on the plan you go with for a year is so freaking reasonable. And the online functionality for the titles that they're launching very soon only makes me more excited about that. Nintendo Labo. I feel like we're gonna get some kind of new Labo kit, and I'm super excited about it. I still don't have the first kit, and I really want like the piano, the keyboard. I really genuinely want that. I really do. It just hasn't been a priority for me because there's so many other great games that I'm playing right now. My time is super limited now that I have, you know, a full-time job again. So it's well, a full-time job where I'm not playing games on the internet for people. But I'd be very excited to see like what they can come up with. It's cardboard. They're using the Joy-Cons in such ridiculous ways. I would be very surprised if like we didn't see some crazy Nintendo Labo gear pop out at some point during E3 this year. The Spyro trilogy. We got like a little announcement that Spyro trilogy was coming to Switch, and then that was it. So I know we saw more about Crash, the Crash Bandicoot series. So you know, we're likely gonna get some of that, and that'll be pretty exciting, I think. But the Spyro trilogy is something we haven't really seen a whole lot of gameplay and demo and stuff like that. So I feel like this might be a good time for them to kind of show it off at E3 because the Spyro fandom runs pretty deep, and so you know that would only strengthen their presentation in my opinion. And then another one, The World Ends With You. We got this little snippet that it was getting like a remaster version coming to the Switch. And a direct. I think it was the direct that talked about or like did the teaser for Smash 5. If not, it was earlier than that. And so we just had that, and then that was it. And so I'm really excited to see The World Ends With You. If you didn't play it, it didn't gain a whole lot of popularity in North America. So sales died pretty quick. They didn't release that many copies. I still have an original one for the DS. And it is a fantastic game with a very unique kind of battle style, and the story is really interesting too. So much, in fact, that Neku, or however you want to say his name, actually got put into Dream Drop Distance, the Kingdom Hearts game for the 3DS, which wasn't really a great Kingdom Hearts title, if I'm not going to pull any punches. I love the Kingdom Hearts series. I'm super excited to see what's going to happen with Kingdom Hearts at E3 this year. You know, Nintendo stuff aside, for a brief minute. But, you know, we had some character crossover in Kingdom Hearts with 3DS on that. So, that would be really, really exciting. So, yeah, it's hopeful. I'm hopeful that we'll get to see some World Ends With You stuff. And now we got the maybes. The maybes. The bottom of the barrel, like, this probably is not going to happen. But, hey, it'd be really hype if it did. Bayonetta 3. We heard about Bayonetta 3 back when the 1 and 2 were getting a port. Yada, yada, yada. We haven't heard anything about it since. And given, you know, Bayonetta's popularity in Smash Bros. And, you know, the Switch title in general and how Nintendo's kind of diversifying its game library, I feel like E3 would be a really good time to show off Bayonetta 3 or at least give some kind of announcement as to the progress of it. That would be pretty exciting. Another one that's kind of in that same vein, Metroid Prime 4. We got a teaser that was like 5 seconds long, and then that was it. And then we had nothing left Metroid-wise. So if Nintendo wants to fulfill a lot of hopes and dreams for fans, I think everywhere, a great time to do that would be E3 showing off Metroid Prime 4, because I know a lot of people are looking forward to Metroid Prime 4, as well as myself. I'm also pretty excited about it. I don't cling to the Metroid series that much. It's not my favorite Nintendo franchise, but I definitely keep tabs on it because, you know, it's got great titles over the history. So I'm excited about Metroid Prime 4, and I hope we see something about it. Speaking of things I'm really excited about and hope we see, freaking Fire Emblem on Switch, or Fire Emblem 16. You guys know I was going to say something about that, because it's an absolute crime that it's been like a year and a half, and we haven't heard anything about this stupid title. I think it got announced, or teased, back when they showed like the trailer for Fire Emblem Warriors, I want to say. And so we haven't heard anything about it since. I feel like the Switch is a really strong console, like made for like the tactical RPG style of game. And I feel like Fire Emblem just it belongs on the Switch. It absolutely belongs on the Switch, and we haven't seen that yet. So I'm very sad. but maybe they did a lot with Fire Emblem Warriors last year at E3. Of course, we had a little more on it than we did Fire Emblem 16 at this point. But, you know, maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the time where they pull the trigger. Fire Emblem has been vastly more popular than, you know, what it has been in recent years, mainly because of Heroes. And so I feel like it's a great way to kind of just, you know, put the nail in the coffin, man, and just really dive deep into Fire Emblem in general, and really broaden the base of player. Because I know not everybody's into mobile games, but like Fire Emblem has a pretty deep following, man. So I'd be very excited to see that, get any kind of information, honestly. Not even if it doesn't get like a spotlight or gameplay or anything like that. Even if we just get like, hey, it's coming, I'd be fine with that. I just want to know that Nintendo hasn't forgotten about it. And speaking of games that Nintendo has, you know, likely forgotten about at this point, Animal Crossing. Like, Animal Crossing on Switch, I don't even know if they remember that they had talked about this being a thing at one point. It has been a ridiculously long time since we've heard anything about Animal Crossing for the Switch. I think maybe we thought we were getting it back when they announced Pocket Camps, but that turned out to be a mobile game that just kind of replaced Miitomo. So I don't know. Animal Crossing Switch, I feel like everybody's waiting for it. The fan base is obviously very passionate. The Animal Crossers, as I'm going to call them. So E3, again, a great time to kind of let people know, hey, we haven't forgotten about this. I doubt we're going to see anything like gameplay-wise, like similar to Prime 4 or Fire Emblem 16. And, you know, likely even Bayonetta 3. But at least letting us know that, hey, we haven't forgotten about it. It's still around. It's cool. Hopefully. And now there's two games that I feel like we might get a Switch announcement. We might. Fortnite. I feel like the Fortnite on Switch announcement is definitely coming. It's absolutely going to happen. Even as I'm recording this, there is data mine information and things like that. There are showing like icons on the Switch eShop and all kinds of things. So it's happening for sure. It just depends on when they're willing to pull the trigger to actually announce it. And there's a car alarm going off outside. There we go. There we go. Rolling with the vlog. Rolling with it. So Fortnite on Switch, definitely likely going to be announced at E3. I would be very surprised by both Nintendo and Epic Games if that didn't happen. And furthermore, I would actually play it. I would give it a shot. I would play it. I'm not a PC gamer guy. I've never really been a PC gamer. And so, yeah. I would give it a try on the Switch. I would absolutely give it a try on the Switch. And Fortnite is like completely cross-platform compatible. So like your mobile version works on the PC version, works on the PS4 version. So you can play with anybody no matter what platform they are logging in on, which is, you know, kind of cool. And then finally, this isn't going to happen, but this is my bucket list, so why not throw it on here? If I didn't have to buy a PlayStation 4 to play Kingdom Hearts 3, I will do that. But if I don't have to, that would be awesome. So fingers crossed that, you know, we get some kind of Kingdom Hearts 3 port to the Switch. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. I'll buy a PS4. I don't care. I love the Final Fantasy series, and I haven't been able to play that for a really long time because that's like exclusively on the PS4 or the PlayStation platform in general. So I think the time has finally come for me to buy a PS4, to be honest. But ultimately, if all my games could just be on the Switch, I would love it. And I don't know that that's going to happen. But, you know, a guy can dream. So there you go. That's my list of hopes, expectations, dreams, wants, lists, all of that stuff for Nintendo's E3 presentation coming up next week. In the comments, let me know what you guys think about Nintendo and what they're going to be doing for E3. Let me know what your hopes, your dreams, your fears, the inevitable reality that we'll never hear about Fire Emblem 16 or Animal Crossing for that matter. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like Nintendo content and primarily focused Fire Emblem Heroes content, by all means, feel free to hit that subscribe button and give me another look. Because we're like 50 subs-ish away from hitting YouTube partnership status, which is pretty darn cool. And so if you'd like to help us hit that achievement, feel free to subscribe. But that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Feel free to follow along on the socials or check out the podcast in the video description, I guess is where I'll put it. Again, CantoCast originally started as a podcast, and we always talk about cool games and stuff like that over down there in any podcast app or iTunes or whatever thing you listen to podcasts on. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.